I know that The Eyes Wide Shut is not really a horror film, but I feel like it needs to be talked about because of the ending. So, Eyes Wide Shut, I do consider to be a horror film. This movie, it scared me so bad the first time I saw it. And not because of the supernatural stuff or anything like that. It's the thought that there's stuff like this in real life, and it is terrifying to think about. So, this movie is about a guy, a doctor. I forgot his name, unfortunately, but yeah, he is in a happy marriage with his wife. Her name is Alice, and they have a daughter together. Her name is Helena, I believe, and they're happy. They go to a party. They are like living the high life because they're rich, and yeah, things are going well until one night his wife tells him a story how she almost cheated on him, and this really messes him up. And during the movie, I'm not playing. This is pretty much the whole film almost. He's trying to get with a like random chick to spend the night with, and I'm like, dude, like I don't know what you're doing, but you've gone insane. And because of his like desire to do what Alice almost did, he runs into a cult by accident out of curiosity because an old friend of his told him about this cult, and he goes to the location of the cult, and he sees some crazy stuff. I can't even talk about it here because it's pretty out there. And well, they find out he's an imposter, and they pretty much threaten him with something pretty crazy. I don't know what they were gonna do to him, but that part was very disturbing. But this, I was like, random, say, woman stops that from happening, and he is spared from whatever they were gonna do to him. That part really got to me, honestly. And after that, he he just keeps digging and digging, and because he's so curious about this cult, and they keep giving him like warnings: if you continue, it's gonna get worse for you and your family. And he doesn't stop there at all. And oh wait, his name is Bill. There you go, Bill. And at some point, Bill goes back home to his family, and he sees a mask that he had like worn at the party on the like bed next to his wife, and that's where he freaks out. And he tells his wife everything, and they're both crying in the apartment. And at some point, his wife tells him they have to go Christmas shopping with their daughter, and they do that. And toward the end of the movie, they're spending time with their daughter, they're shopping, and they're both having a talk about their marriage, and the movie ends there, right? But the ending, there's some theories to this ending that really, they're pretty messed up. So people think that maybe their daughter was given up to the cult. This is a really scary theory, but it also does make a little bit of sense. Because toward the end of the movie, if you really pay attention to the store scene, as the couple, they're spending time together, they're talking about their marriage and all that, you see their daughter, she's looking at them, and she's walking toward, like, I think several men. And this is weird, because after that, it just cuts to the couple talking, and they are talking for a while, and all I'm thinking is, have you guys not noticed that your daughter is walking away from you guys toward these men? And it's weird how the conversation is too with between Alice and Bill. It's really weird too, because it sounds like Alice is telling Bill, that we have to get ready to make another kid, kind of thing. And this theory does make sense because Bill would not stop prying into the cult, and maybe as punishment they took their kid away. And people think in that part where like Alice and like Bill are both crying after he tells her everything, people think maybe he told her what they were gonna have to sacrifice, which is pretty messed up. And if that's true, That's crazy how they just took it like however at the end. Because maybe in that part they were both talking, kind of like saying, we have to forget our daughter because she's going to be gone. Which is super messed up to think about. Like, it's a crazy theory. I have to say, it's really crazy. And I also have another theory too that's pretty out there. The second theory I have is, was Alice a part of the cult? Now, there was one clue that really was a bit weird to me. So, during Bill's fantasy of trying to get with another woman, he talks to Alice at some point because he comes home and she wakes up like laughing and stuff. It's weird. Well, he had come back from the cold actually, I think, and she was like freaking out in bed. And then she tells him her dream, and it's so detailed. It's really creepy and messed up, and it sounds way too similar to what the cult is. And people do have a crazy theory that maybe she was a part of the cult the whole time. Maybe she escaped at some point and she wanted to be with Bill to be normal. And she ends up having a kid with him. And people also think in the part toward the end when they're both crying that maybe that Alice, like, maybe she already knew what the price was with the daughter. Like, who's to say that happened to her when she was a kid? And, you know, it's like maybe Bill had no idea. And toward the end of the movie, she's the one doing, I think, I'll say most of the talking to Bill. It's like almost she's trying to distract him from the fact that their kid's being taken away. Because she knows the cult is going to want their child as punishment for Bill not giving up on them. And it does make like very eerie sense. Like, makes me wonder too if it happened to her the same way with her parents, you know. And it's a creepy ending. I don't really like this theory either, because just the thought that Alice suffered like that and then their daughter could be next, it's horrible, honestly. And the like last theory here is maybe Bill and Alice had no idea what the price was going to be. Like, maybe they had no clue about anything. And maybe toward the end of the movie, she is being taken away without them knowing, but they're too preoccupied talking about their marriage. That too would make sense, because Bill and Alice, look, they're not perfect, but I felt like they were both jerks. Because, like, Alice, she told Bill she almost cheated on him. And also, too, at the party, they were both hitting on different people. But, okay, to be fair, though, the I was like, wife, she was kind of drunk and tipsy, so maybe I can't really blame her there. But Bill, though, was sober. He was like, hitting on two women. I was like, dude, come on, you're married. I don't know, but that was like, dude, really? On both ends? So yeah, it makes sense if the daughter was taken without them knowing. Because these two, man, I don't know, like they had a lot to work on in their marriage, but this could have been done, like, more healthy. But because, you know, okay, I'm not gonna blame, like, Alice here 100%, but she was at fault, though. But Bill's actions, that was all his doing. Him, I was like, wanting to go cheat on her, really? And the fact that he brought the cult to his family, that was stupid, honestly. And who knows, maybe it was both her fault they lost their kid at the end, or it was him the whole time. Yeah, it's a film that needs to be analyzed, like, over and over. I'm probably going to do a video on the whole film one day, but yeah, this ending is so haunting. I really hope it's not what happened at all, with the kid being taken away. But the shot with the ending, it's so, just the way they focus on it is very eerie. I don't like that shot. Honestly, this ending, I hate the fact that I learned about that, because at first when I watched the movie, I did not see the ending that way until I started to go, like, online to read people's theories on it, because this movie was so fascinating to me. I just had to know more about it, and these theories make a lot of sense, and I don't like it. Like, oh my god. Just this is like a different kind of horror. Um, to me, I've actually just like dubbed it the it's like reality horror. It's definitely falls in that category. But yeah, this kind of horror, it scares me so bad too. I can't stand this kind of horror genre either. But damn, they executed so perfectly in this movie. And the fact that it was like Stanley's last film too was pretty crazy. There's even this crazy theory in real life that he was killed, like actually killed while making this movie because he was gonna apparently throw in some secret stuff about the like real world in here, and I don't know what to believe there. That would require a lot of research. I don't really know if I want to do that ever because that's disturbing. But yeah, this movie is definitely it's something, definitely something. I've seen this movie about 3 to 4 times. I just like to study it. There's just something about it that just pulls me in every time, and it's so eerie to watch. But man, it is executed perfectly, honestly. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I'll probably talk about another film, maybe soon. I'll see. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, you just constant warning, it's pretty out there. But I'm sure if you guys like psychological horror, I think you'll like this one a lot. Peace out.